Thousands of aircraft are damaged by bird strikes each year, some of which result in human fatalities. It is estimated that $600 million worth of damage occurs annually within the U.S. alone. What defines a bird strike?
A bird strike is an occurrence where a bird and an aircraft come into collision, and it might be a single bird or a number of birds and result in various levels of damage to the aircraft depending on where it hits. It might be just minor damage where it just skids off the skin of the aircraft. It might be major damage where the aircraft might be grounded for a short period requiring some maintenance or repair, or it may be major damage such as engine damage requiring an engine change. Bird strikes can occur at any time of the day, on an airport, off an airport, in any airspace. Generally around the early parts of the day and the latter parts of the day when the birds are going out for hunting or they're finished for the day, and also during the middle of the day birds that hunt prey are also likely to be encountered and may cause a bird strike event with an aircraft.
Remember U.S. Airways Flight 1549? In January of 2009, U.S. Airways' scheduled domestic commercial passenger flight from New York City to Charlotte, North Carolina was ditched in the Hudson River adjacent to Midtown Manhattan 6 minutes after takeoff. The aircraft was disabled by a bird strike when it struck a flock of Canadian geese during its initial climb out that resulted in an immediate and complete loss of thrust from both engines. Thankfully, all 155 occupants safely evacuated the airliner.
A recent example in Australia is a Royal Australian Air Force F-111 on a low-level mission which impacted a Pelican. The Pelican destroyed the nose cone. Debris went into one engine and closed that down. Debris went into the second engine, but the crew were able to keep that going and get the aircraft safely back to base.
In Rome, a Ryanair 737 had to make a very hard landing in Rome and destroyed the aircraft. Nobody was severely hurt, but it could have been a very, very bad event. They ran into a group of, I think, starlings on final approach and lost all power and had to hit the runway hard.
Clearly, birds and aircraft do not mix. It is important to take measures to ensure that bird strike mitigation practices are in place so as to reduce or eliminate the possibility that a bird strike will occur in the future. So what can be done? Research indicates that vision is a primary and highly developed sensory pathway in birds, and recent work has shown that light can be an effective tool to enhance a bird's ability to detect and avoid aircraft. This research is the groundwork from which Precise Flight's bird strike avoidance technology, Pulselite, is founded.
Pulselite's a solid-state lighting controller. It's used to control the factory landing lights to make them pulse in a fashion that'll make the aircraft more visible. As the airplane comes into an airport, it can be difficult to see, and that's dangerous for mid-air collisions can happen, and it also it makes people aware that the airplane's coming in that's on the ground as well. As the lighting system pulses, it goes through a color change, which the birds pick up. Their vision's quite different than the human eye, where we may not see that light change. That's the part that they really notice, and when they see that light change, they see it as a danger and they naturally move out of the way.
USDA for at least a decade has done a lot of studies with ground and aircraft mounted lights, and online is they show that creating awareness with pulsing lights or flashing lights on the whole helps birds avoid aircraft.
Airport-based bird mitigations practices do not address the problem of birds located in the approach or departure airways. Pulsing the aircraft lighting enhances the bird's ability to detect and avoid aircraft and allows the birds more time to move out of the flight path. The Pulselite system is simple. It pulses your aircraft's already existing lights. Pulsing lights get attention. We see them every day. It has been proven in actual usage that Pulselite can reduce the instance of bird strike by 35% or more.
Precise Flight is a small general aviation company dedicated to enhancing the safety and performance of aircraft.
Precise Flight is dedicated to bird strike mitigation. The company has offered customers aviation safety solutions for more than 30 years. They pride themselves on the unrivaled ability to manufacture lighting, oxygen, and electromechanical technologies that improve upon the safety and performance for the general aviation, rotorcraft, commercial, corporate, military, and government aircraft around the world.
Pulselite was started in 1980 by two aviation enthusiasts concerned with the ever-increasing speed of general aviation aircraft, and out of that partnership came the speed brakes, and the company was formed and created on that product alone, and it's evolved over the last 30 years. We're focused on safety, doing anything we can for any of the aircraft manufacturers or airframes. We do a lot of custom work for them, but bird strikes is our real focus right now, and that's where we're headed into the future.
84% of all business aviation aircraft are now equipped with a Pulselite system. PreciseFlight hopes to increase this number in the future, and in turn, to reduce the incidence of bird strikes to an extremely rare event.
With all the new technologies out, HID, LED, there's a bunch of different things we can do to change color and temperature of lights to increase the effectiveness against the birds and how they react to them. We would like to see that effectiveness up around 60% as standard.
To learn more about the Pulselite system or other safety technologies developed by PreciseFlight, please visit www.preciseflight.com.